BBN, Jack Frost, what's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. I'm gonna need for y'all to pardon me, right? Because, okay, so basically, I've been drinking a lot of coffee the last couple of weeks or months or maybe years, I don't know. So I'm having kind of like coffee withdrawal. I'm gonna explain this real quick. For other people might be going through this also. When you drink a lot of coffee, what happens is your body doesn't actually start getting energy. No, not the bathroom. Your body doesn't start getting the energy from the coffee. What actually happens is you start getting coffee withdrawal when you do not have coffee. So when you actually are drinking coffee, then you get back to your normal regular self. Bam. So I need to abstain from drinking coffee for a little while so I can get back down to my regular self, so then when I drink coffee, then I get the boost when I want to. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing because I've been wondering why I've been real low energy lately. So that probably has something to do with it. I was having a discussion with somebody. So anyway, so what we're gonna be talking about today, before we get to the drops real quick, what we're gonna be talking about today is DJ Akademiks had a discussion with the manager of King Von. I'm not sure what we're supposed to call them. Yes, the caffeine. The manager of King Von. I think it's like 100K management. He had a conversation with them. We're going to be talking about what they were talking about. Also, there was a situation with T.I. What's up with T.I. that he tries to get himself involved in? Excuse me. Excuse me. What's up with T.I. where he keeps trying to get himself involved in stuff that really don't concern him, and it seems like he doesn't know how to get involved in these situations. I don't think there's anything wrong with somebody coming out saying, look, we got to stop shooting each other, we got to stop killing each other. I'm 100% with that. But when you say, just don't bring it to my town, it doesn't sound like you care much that people are killing each other. Thank you, Maya Yasin. Pardon me. When you say, just so we can be clear, when you just say, yo, don't bring it to my town, appreciate you, DSCN, appreciate you, NWR. We'll talk about that, Ben Allen. Hold on. First of all, even if Quando Rondo was by himself, killing that man was not necessarily the right thing. So let's just calm down on that. Okay, let's calm down on that. Just because the dude was by himself. Okay, we'll discuss the events that the manager said that happened. Yeah, keep the murder in your cities. That's not saying that you don't want young black people to murder people. That's just saying, if you're gonna do these things, just don't bring it to Atlanta. Keep it up. Nah, we're not doing that. You understand what I'm saying? We want all of the senseless murders to stop, no matter where they're at. You understand what I'm saying? So, T.I., I don't know what all the fuck that was about. Part of my language, but that just doesn't sound like the way that he should have. I'm gonna go blow my nose. Hold on 1 second. That doesn't sound like the way that he should have entered this conversation. That doesn't sound like T.I. cares very much for the people that are affected. It's like, I don't care what your problems are, just keep your problems over there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't sound like you care very much. You would shoot somebody if you were getting jumped. If you were getting jumped, you would kill a person if you were getting jumped. I'm not on that type of time. I'm from the Bronx in the 80s. I've been jumped numerous times. I know a lot of people that have been jumped, and now they live pretty good lives now. Not in jail from killing the person who jumped them. What the hell? What the hell? I'm not trying to laugh at that because that's just, I don't know, whatever. I'm not entertaining that right now. Let's give a shout out to everybody that did that pulled up to the saloon earlier today. Let's give a shout out to everybody that pulled up to the saloon earlier today. And also we're gonna be discussing the whole Asian doll angle. Is Asian doll clout chasing? I'm curious. Do y'all think Asian doll is clout chasing? The Jets is currently playing the Patriots, and it's a much better game than the one that we actually was discussing yesterday. So go figure. I'm curious of that. Do y'all think that Asian doll is clout chasing? I want to talk about that because once again we have to be mindful of the things that we say and do. And Asian doll, in my estimation, came off like she had inside information about something, and no, she did not have inside information. She was just making things up, or she was being told things. Could we hit that like button if y'all don't mind? I'd appreciate it. She was just making things. Why am I in this screen? I should be in the other screen, right? There you go. So yeah, so I don't know what Asian doll was doing. It seemed to me like she might have just been making things up. But we live in that type of time nowadays. You understand what I'm saying? People make things up all the time and get away with it. Like, just being perfectly honest with you, not fronting, just keeping it a whole stack. People make shit up all the time about other people, and they get away with it. So I can't really blame Asian doll for going that route, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's call out the drops from today real quick. Let's give appreciation to everybody that pulled up to the saloon. Shout out to Mega Bills with the $15 drop. Shout out to Terrence Brown with the $20 drop. Shout out to Bree Powell with the $5 drop. Shout out to Charlie Santana with the $20 drop. Shout out to Nikki with the $5 drop. Shout out to Deezy with the $5 drop. Shout out to Liberty Hazelton with the $5 drop. Shout out to Lex Luger with the $5 drop. Shout out to Shout out to Dante with the $5 drop. Shout out to OGK Network with the $2 drop. Shout out to James S with the $10 drop. Shout out to Juro with the $2 drop. And shout out to OGK Network with the $2 drop. Definitely appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything. I mean, I really do. Like, to keep it a stack, I appreciate everything. I appreciate when y'all like the videos. I appreciate when y'all comment. I really do appreciate everything. Like, I couldn't explain it, so I'm not even gonna try, but I definitely appreciate it. With that being said, let's go through roll call real quick. What up, Maya Yasin? How you doing? Donut? What's the donut for? I'm curious. What up, DSTN? Nobody calling you Dustin. I don't care what your wife says. What up, Straight Stack? And he says, what's up, Frost? Who else we got up in here? None realer than I. What up, none realer than I? Who else we got up in here? NWR, Ben Allen, who's already let us know about how he feels about this particular situation. What up, Flower Bloom? Okay, how you doing today, baby girl? Once again, I have been not drinking coffee because I am trying to get this damn caffeine out of my system. So for the next couple of days, if I'm sounding and looking sluggish, it's because I am not drinking any coffee. I want to get some of this caffeine out of my system. Who else we got up in here? What up, Susan Borspadell? Said, don't wreck our neighborhoods with your mess. What up, Bees Neezus? Said Flacco the Don. Oh, you heard me talking about that. Yeah, Flacco's doing good. Flacco has a whole ring out here, by the way. NWR says, people don't fight nowadays, they shoot. I'm all for being a man and fighting over my respect. They ain't playing fair. I ain't either. I'm not arguing with any of what you... okay, so hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me get to the bottom of the roll call. And then I'm not disagreeing with the aspect of... you have to protect yourself and make sure that you get home to your family. I'm not disagreeing with that aspect, just so we can be clear. I'm not disagreeing with that. Flower Bloom says she is hurting, so this is what some people do. Go to social media, not me. I'm old school. I don't think some things should have been said on social media. I don't think this has to deal with hurting either. I think that she saw an opportunity to get her name buzzing. As far as I can tell, didn't she break up with him recently? And she was on in NBA, one of NBA songs or something like that. Did she break up with dude? I think this is just a lot of young people in an adult's world, and we gotta stop treating individuals like they're grown adults just because they're 20 years old, just because they're 25 years old. We got to stop treating them like they're grown adults. They probably are not grown yet. I know people at 50 years old and they still have the mentality of a child. You understand what I'm saying? I know people that's 50, 60 years old and they still think the same way that they did the last 10 years of their life. So we need to stop just assuming somebody is yeah, I think I need to get some tea. That's a fact. Flower Bloom. We don't know exactly how the fight started. I'll tell you what I remember hearing from the manager real quick. Soleil, how you doing? We got Soleil up in here. What up, Métis Vega? Métis Vega said Asian Doll has deleted her Instagram and Twitter account. She should have. Might I also add? Yasin says Dirk and the baby deleted their Instagrams too or disabled them. Well, I could see why Dirk would have disabled his Instagram. For everybody that don't know, all of these apps, they follow you basically. They know where you're at all times of the day. So if you want to be able to move around with some kind of anonymity, you probably don't want these on your phone. But you don't want to have your phone, period, if you want to move around with anonymity. Just so we can be clear, King Phoenix says, nah, forget that she was a factor in the beef. Now she don't want to point the finger to blaming other people. You would think someone in that position would just shut up. I'm going to agree with you on that, King Phoenix. Shouldn't she do a song with NBA Youngboy? Am I correct on that when I say that? She did a song with NBA Youngboy, correct? Appreciate you. I don't got a Walmart in New York City, homie. But I'm pretty sure there's tea that could help out in all those situations anyway. Yes, we know the baby's brother committed suicide. Rest in peace. Queen Cat says she literally made a song with NBA Youngboy, and if you love a dude, you're not gonna go with any of his rivals, even if y'all fall out. It don't sound right. I'm agreeing with you 100%. I'm agreeing with you 100%. If I fall out with you, period, I'm not gonna go pull up on your ops. You don't even gotta be some chick I was dating. You could just be somebody I was cool with. If I fall out with you, I'm not going to your ops. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just my. If first of all, y'all could look at just my YouTube history, just in general. There's been quite a few people who I was cool with at one point, and then for whatever, I don't go run to the ops. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that. That's one of the reasons I don't want to bring it up, because I don't really. That's somebody else's beef. I don't really care for it. With all that being said, what up, Deontay Watts? He's back, Lord. He finally back. Ivan! His name has an exclamation at the mark at the end of it, so I'm assuming when you say his name, you gotta yell. Okay, we're not talking about the tea right now. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get some tea. I'm in a hotel right now. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let y'all know. So I go to the apartment that I'm about to go rent. You know the fucker that was supposed to meet me there didn't even show up? Ben Allen said his manager said Quando Rondo was by himself at the time. King Von and his crew jumped him. So free little Tim. He did the right thing. We're not shooting people because they getting jumped, homie. We not doing that. Like, what is wrong with you? A Flower Bloom says, I'm wondering if they were really off-duty cops. Also sound like they didn't announce themselves before shooting. First of all, if they were off-duty cops, they were sitting in a cop car. Just so we could be clear. They would see, if people are already shooting, I don't think you have to announce that you're a cop before shooting. But they were in a cop car with the damn lights on. So you can't tell me that they was off duty. That sounds like on duty. If I'm walking down the block What up, Raw Up and Coming Blog News? Say King Von homie Louis ain't dead. He's stable. Good. If I'm walking on the block and I see a cop car with the damn lights on, I'm not gonna say, hey, that guy might be off duty. Nah, those dudes is on duty. I don't care what nobody say. Even if they weren't on the clock, they was on duty. They was busy out there being visible. You do know that that's one of the main jobs of a police officer, right? To be visible, to deter crime. They was out there being visible, deterring crime. Well, they wasn't deterring crime. Them dudes ain't care. But they was out there being visible. So to me, they were on duty. I'm not going for that, but they was off duty. But I don't think that that's the most important aspect of this conversation. So basically, who believes the manager? I want to know who believes the manager. You believe the manager? You do not believe what the manager was saying. Real quick, let's get to that. If there's already people shooting, okay, so I'm trying to stay away from the conspiracy theory aspect of this. All right, so could we all agree that Ben Allen is in here trying to get kicked? Because I think I'm being pretty generous with allowing this guy's comments. Could we just all agree on that? Raw Up and Coming Blog says, I believe the manager. Maya Yassin says that raise their hand, they believe the manager. King Phoenix says, I believe some of what he's saying. What part do you not agree with King Phoenix? What part do you think he was lying about or that he was not correct about? One was in the car, the other was outside. So-and-so. Queen Cat says, I never heard of cops pulling up to a shooting and start shooting without knowing which side was in danger. I've seen police show up and wild stuff happen. So, what up, Cash Roll? Emmanuel says, what up, Emmanuel says, what up, Jack? I think Asian Doll tripping, but I feel her. Them dudes talk too tough not to have killed Rondo when Vaughn was shot. Okay, so I'm not trying to turn this into a conspiracy theory. Copy? Because I don't want to go there with this. I don't want to turn this into a conspiracy theory. I don't want to turn this into a what up, Bree Powell? The sniper. I don't want to turn this into a conspiracy theory, because listening to what the manager had to say, I wished okay. I wish Jonathan Sanchez said, kick this dude. Can we agree that I gave that guy a mad... Thank you. Thank you. Like, what the fuck, man? What the hell are they doing? Okay, I don't know what that's it. What they doing is. Yeah, nobody don't got time for that. Okay, so could somebody explain to me how the manager knew exactly what was happening when he was inside the building? Could somebody explain to me? Yeah, police pull up and start shooting all the time without announcing who they are, especially if there's already gunfire happening. So I'm not So it is what it is. Because somebody explained to me how the manager knew what was happening when he was not when he was not there. He said he was not there. Also, if I remember correctly, didn't he say that King Von was outside in the car by himself, right? Yes, Von Boys apparently probably did have guns out, but he can't say that because he doesn't want to incriminate his people. The manager also said he got shot in the leg. Queen Cat says, so nobody checking out the club seen Quando and his people while checking out the club. He sound unbelievable. Okay, so first, we got 100 people in here with 19 likes. Could we hit that like button, please? That's one. Two, how did he know what was going on if he's saying that he wasn't outside when the thing happened? So he's saying he was in another car. All right, Eric Cap Champion said he's in another car. So allegedly, Quando Rondo was in the car. Vaughn is in the car. Vaughn sees Quando Rondo, goes over to the car, right? Is that what he said happened? There was 2 Vaughn boys who got shot that was supposed to have died. Now, with that being said, I wouldn't be surprised if they ran and got the hammer. The manager should not have done an interview. I 100% agree with that. But I don't think he shouldn't have did the interview because he didn't have an attorney. I think that he shouldn't have did an interview due to the fact that he had to leave out a lot of what his people did because he can't snitch on his own people. You get what I'm saying? I think that's why he was saying things that didn't sound like they aligned with the truth. Appreciate you. Yeah, thank you for being on. I'm happy I'm on recommended. Appreciate you, Richland number 0. So that's why I don't think he should have did an interview. I understand why he did an interview because, for one, you can't have freaking Asian Doll out here talking about Vaughn said y'all guys got me killed. You can't have the family out here talking about, and I don't want people bashing us YouTube content creators. When us YouTube content creators do a video and we say the family said this or that person says that, you can't talk shit about us. You cannot talk shit about us. We're literally just doing the interview based on, we're literally just doing the video based on the information in which somebody else is saying. What up, world famous Peter Method? How you doing, my brother? CJ says, but now he's like, yes, I got shot by the same person, etc., etc. Now, when in court, he has to stand by regardless of video. First of all, isn't that snitching? That's one. I just want to throw that out there. Anytime I see somebody snitching, I'm gonna ask y'all, or see somebody saying something that lends itself to snitching, I'm gonna ask y'all, is that snitching? Is that snitching? He just said Quando Rondo man shot him. Yeah, open dialogue. He just said Quando Rondo man shot him. Isn't that snitching? Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? That's snitching, isn't it? When he said the same dude that shot Vaughn shot me in the leg, that's snitching, right? Yeah, I wonder if anybody's going to call him on it. Not that I want somebody to. I just wonder if anybody is. No, O'Block ain't testifying in court. That ain't happening. O Block ain't testifying in court, homie. That ain't happening. I mean, I would be surprised. That's what I'm saying. I would be big surprised. Yeah, they said it's on 4K video, Los. King Phoenix says, I have a question. Is the manager just a civilian or is he supposed to be lived by the street code? Manager might just be a civilian. I'm not 100% sure. Manager might just be a civilian. First of all, if you do have a manager, you should probably make sure he's a civilian. Just so we can be clear on that. You should probably not have street people being your manager. Just gonna throw that out there. You should probably have a civilian as a manager. Real quick, I just want to switch over and I'm gonna ask a whole different question real quick. Wait, so his manager is a street dude? Oh, so the manager is a street dude. Well, I would not. I would. People talk a lot about different races of people, but I would definitely have somebody who, if possible, have somebody who's not a street dude be my manager. Preferably somebody who either has extremely good communicative skills or somebody who's actually went to study. Emmanuel says, I don't know, but the manager's sus in my opinion. I don't want to believe it, but it sounds kind of off. You got to remember, these dudes be plotting shit like at YNW Melly. This could have been set up. A lot of this looks like this could have been a setup, just so we can be clear. It's just as possible for this to have been a setup as this to have not been a setup, just so we can be clear. But obviously, we don't know all the information yet. We don't know everything yet. I think the manager muddied the waters more than anything else. Mike Smith said the manager's a street dude for sure. I know them. Okay. Manager's a street dude. So I don't think he could have been talking about who shot him. So Mike Smith, he not supposed to be out there talking about who shot him, right? So Mike Smith, he not supposed to be out there talking about who shot him, right? King Felix said, laugh out loud, yeah. The manager was using all types of words incorrectly in that interview. As far as I can tell, that's a touchdown. As far as, the Jets is on. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Boom, boom. That's a touchdown. No? Mike Smith said the manager, I don't know if the manager is a street dude or a civilian. Mike Smith is saying that the manager is a street dude, that he knows them. I don't know, obviously. But I do know that I don't think he should have did that interview with Ak. Now I can understand why Ak didn't ask certain questions, because you can't. He's not going to answer them. But one thing I'm going to definitely say is, no, a large vocabulary doesn't necessarily equate somebody's intelligence. The appropriate use of said words that you decide to use would donate more to your intelligence, or denote, more to your intelligence than just having a vast array of words that you could produce at will. Mike Smith said, when I was watching the interview, I was actually surprised that he said that. I was like, wow, okay, it's a different level. All right. Well, I'm gonna say this much. I wanna talk about T.I. for a minute, if y'all don't mind. But before we talk about T.I. real quick, we could come back to this. But before we talk about T.I. real quick, one of the things that I definitely want to say is this, right? I got a part of me because I haven't had no coffee since. Did I have coffee today? I haven't had no coffee. I think I had some this morning. Oh, I didn't have coffee this morning. I've been weaning myself off of coffee. So what up, Blackout Podcast? Blackout Network Podcast. Act just let him flow and speak his piece, but it's a tough combo to have early, in my opinion. I agree. Emmanuel said he ain't look sad. Yeah, we're not gonna. That's too many of the N words. T Raw. You're gonna have to rewrite that sentence if you don't mind. We're not gonna let that go through. Let's talk about Tip. He out of line. I want to talk about this Ti thing real quick, if y'all don't mind. I want to. That was a touchdown. They ain't charged. I want to talk about this Ti thing real quick. Who think Ti out of line? You think Ti out of line? You do not think that Ti is out of line. I want to have this conversation real quick. Yeah, those dudes has probably lost so many people they desensitized to the killing, homie. So Ti came out, and I'm gonna let you. Let me see what Ti actually said. Could we find it here on IG real quick? I'm gonna try to see what Ti said. I don't know. Ti is just losing at this point as far as he needs to. So this is what Ti said. Hold on, so I can see. Atlanta is a beautiful, progressive city filled with black excellence. We uplift each other and win together. Stop coming here to kill each other. That shit is played out. Management. Alright, so a couple of things. One, T.I., you ain't want to go up against Buster. You shouldn't be the management of anything. Not a whole city. Be the management of your household. Alright? You didn't want to go up against Buster. Alright? So we're not doing that. That's one. Two, if you a leader, you're not supposed to say don't kill people in my city. You're supposed to say, yo, we gotta stop killing each other. I'm gonna repeat that. If you're a leader, you're not supposed to say, yo, keep that killing in your city. You're supposed to say, yo, we need to stop killing each other. Am I wrong? T.I. wasn't supposed to say keep that killing in your own city. He's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be trying to give the right information to the youth. He's supposed to be trying to be people big homie and sending them on the right direction, the right path, right? And he's supposed to be like, yo, we got to stop killing each other? What the hell is he talking about? You can do all the killing you want, just not in Atlanta. What kind of shit is that, T.I.? So, once again, could somebody tell me the last time T.I. spoke out on something and sounded smart? Could somebody tell me the last time T.I. spoke out on something that had nothing to do with him and sounded smart? I need somebody to tell me the last time T.I. spoke out on something and sounded smart. Anybody could think of something? Because I could think of quite a few times he spoke out and sounded kind of, what the hell are you talking about, T.I.? The drugs. Crime Stoppers. Great minds, right? Y'all too. T.I. seems to me like the person who read a lot of words in the dictionary but didn't never know how to apply said words. I'm going to tell you something real quick, right? So, I'm fortunate to a degree. And the reason why I'm fortunate to a degree is because when I was young, I was allowed to have the opportunity due to the media that I watched, like on television, and due to some of the situations that I was around where I just listened and I didn't speak, that I learned how to use certain words even before I knew the definition of said words. You get it? So I literally learned how to talk through the application and use of speaking rather than through me reading something telling me how to use these words. T.I. seems like he just knows a ton of words and doesn't understand the appropriate ways to apply them. So I say all that to say this. T.I. one fish, two fish. So I say this as far as referring to T.I., right? Nope, not doing call-ins. Emmanuel said he called the hotline the other day, told T.I. what? No, nobody's calling in. He said T.I. read every encyclopedia. Blackout Network podcast said T.I. read every encyclopedia that in that year he did in the feds and all them guns. How you doing only a year for all them guns? That's crazy. Yeah, he used that word kind of wrong when he used it, but that's T.I. That's T.I. It is what it is. All right, so I just thought that was something. Shout out to Waka Flaka. Did y'all hear what Waka Flaka did? Waka Flaka. Okay, so somebody wrote a post saying that T.I. should mind his business. Waka Flaka liked that post, and then Waka Flaka himself, I think, said something in regards to it. I don't know where he got the thing at, where he said that was in regards to it. But Waka Flocka then said something in regards to said post. And basically, you can't, first of all, you can't call yourself an old, first of all, T.I. tries to say, do y'all understand that T.I. tries to act like, or not even try to act like, that's not fair for me to say that, but T.I. does what he considers to be activism work. T.I. does what he considers to be activism work. That's why when those people had that problem inside of that restaurant, T.I. pulled up. T.I. does what he considers to be activism work. Also, if you're gonna do any drops, send it to the Cash App. Any drops to the Cash App. We're looking for about 5 to 10. Yeah, he's probably a narcissist, but a lot of rappers are. 5 to 10 $10 drops. We're looking for 5 to 10 $10 drops. Send them to the Cash App. Usually, sometimes our super chat don't work. Well, there are a couple of people that there was somebody from pardon me, somebody from Chirac that came out and said that T.I. needs to basically mind his business. I don't think this is a situation that I don't think there's anything wrong with T.I. speaking on this situation. I think that the way that he spoke on this situation is incorrect, and and also, why did he wait for somebody to actually die? There's been a ton of shootings in Atlanta. Remember when What's that Brooklyn rapper? 5-year-old foreign just got shot at in Atlanta. There's been a ton of people getting shot at in Atlanta. You feel me? Like, why didn't he speak out before somebody actually got hit? Okay, yeah, thank you, Uncharted Melanin and Me. Waka Flaka said, don't act like he wasn't in the streets as well. Don't judge, teach a different way. Ain't that what I just said, basically, when I was... And he's right. Waka Flaka's 100% right. How you judging somebody that was you was doing the same thing that they was doing? Yeah, so in my opinion, T.I. was supposed to be speaking out when all those other people was getting shot at. Before anybody even get hit. T.I. was supposed to come out like, yo, look, Atlanta, we gotta calm down, or yo, we got too much shooting going on in that list. Something. You understand what I'm saying? You don't wait till somebody die. You don't wait until the worst thing happened that could happen to then speak out. See, I got a whole television show, y'all. You be outside. I'm assuming. See, I got a whole television show. A whole television show. Him and his wife and their family, they're doing pretty well over there. They over there, they working. What up, Rule? Don't nobody see them dots. Jones. Yeah, they over there, they working. I just think that just my opinion, I could be wrong. But I just think that you have to come out and you have to speak out on these matters before shit hits the fan. Before it gets the worst that it could possibly get. You understand what I'm saying? That's when you got to come out and you got to speak out on these things. Before it gets the worst it could possibly get. Before all the crap hits the fan. And I think that for T.I. to come out and say these things after somebody actually lose their life, would T.I. said this if the person that lost his life wasn't as famous? If it was one of them small time rappers? How about when Young Shot was around there and he saw my people was pulling up to his house and all that other stuff where it was T.I.'d in? You get it? Like, you can't pick and choose, homie. That's all I'm saying. That's it. You can't pick and choose. And it looked like T.I. was picking and choosing in this particular situation. And more than that, you know, T.I. was in the streets, so I don't know if he really was, but that's his persona. But right now, he doesn't seem like he's moving like a street dude. When was the last time y'all seen T.I. moving like a street dude? Even when he got caught with the guns, he wasn't moving like a street dude when he got caught with those guns. Tell me I'm wrong. How do you know street dudes to get caught with guns like that? He wasn't moving like a street dude then. Good night, Angel Street. Salute. See how this is expeditiously. The crowd goes wild. What up, DZ? Salute. I don't know. I can't get people to hit the like button, man. I'm just trying not to harass nobody about it. But it'd be nice if y'all could hit the like button and send out more notifications. I'd appreciate that. I'm assuming you mean pick and choose, but yes, I agree. I absolutely agree. Can't pick and choose. What up, Anthony Iman? How you doing? And I think that that's kind of what T.I. is doing. He's picking and choosing. Pardon me. He's picking and choosing. You can't pick and choose. I don't care what nobody say. That's what I think T.I. is doing. I think he should have been came out and said. I think he should have been came out and said. I got to take this out. So I think he should have been came out and said something about the shootings in Atlanta. Atlanta's been having shootings for the last couple of months. He waited until somebody died to speak out on it. I don't think that's. I'm not jacking that. I'm not jacking it at all. He waited until somebody died. What's contagious? He's waited until somebody died to speak out. Whoa, hold on. Cam Newton is throwing 34 for 14 with 120 yards. They're also losing though. Oh, I yawned. I've been not drinking coffee. I'm trying to get off of this coffee. I've been drinking way too much coffee. Well, I'm trying not to just so we can be clear, I'm trying to not jump to conclusions. It's so easy to jump to conclusions in situations like this. If more people are about to get shot at or shot, I'm trying to get off of the coffee. I'm for the next 3 to 4 days. I'm having coffee withdrawal. Yes, you get headaches too. What up, Rockcliffe? But I don't have headaches. But you know, my head is feeling a little. You could probably tell from the way that I'm speaking. Also, if you're gonna do any drops, send it to the Cash App. Any drops, send it to the Cash App. We're looking for somewhere between $5 to $10 drops to the Cash App tonight. Any drops, send it to the Cash App. Pull up to the saloon. Well, I mean, you could get shot and not be getting shot at, right? Somebody could be shooting at somebody else and hit another person. So, shot or shot at. Right? Sometimes straight bullets hit people, right? Uncharted Melanin Me says, I'm in Dallas, and he said for Young Breezy and other rappers here to do something about the white guy that pulled up a gun on the black lady. Who said that? I don't have nicotine. It's coffee. That's caffeine. That's probably why Dirk closed his IG. Come on, man. The reason why Dirk probably turned his IG off is because, you know, come on, keyboard instigators. That's a fact. Those guys are the worst. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to pick and choose my words a little careful, because at the end of the day, if they go do something to somebody, I'm not the one that's going to be going to jail, right? I'm not the one that's going to be getting hurt, right? So let's be a little responsible over here. Emmanuel says Takashi apologized to Akademiks because when Ak called him to check him about them comments about Vaughn, 6ix9ine didn't care, but he realized he made Ak look bad. Yeah. Don't forget, Dirk and King Vaughn was fighting a charge that they shot some people. I should not have morning coffee on a headliner. Thank you for telling me. God dang it. I'll fix it. Thank you. I'm looking at the there's a certain amount of characters you could put. So I was looking at the characters and shit, making sure I didn't go over the number. Boom. Thank you. The way you speak could dictate the opposing action. That's a fact. Shout out to None Realer Than I with the $4.99 drop. None Realer Than I pulls up to the saloon. He walks in the front door. He hands the bouncer his money to get in the saloon. He walks up to the bar. He tries to get a drink. The bartender says, "No, you're 1 penny short." He goes, he takes the seat. We got one person up in the saloon tonight. Anthony Iman said that's a fact. I highly doubt Ak would do any of that for 6ix9ine. Thank God, pray for God, he won't have to. Do any of what for 6ix9ine? Let's just hope. Like, could we hope the violence stops instead of hoping that violence happens to people that we don't like? Could we do that? That would be much more productive. Nobody's shooting the bouncer. The bouncer's 7'2", 400 pounds, 5% body fat. Could we just start hoping the violence stops? None Realer Than I said, appreciate the show. I've been following Force for a minute. I finally got a break to check it out. Real people, real life. We all we got. That's a fact, homie. Don't let nobody tell you different. Queen Cat says, I hope they just all resort to peace. Look, I'm not going to pretend like these dudes from Chicago let shit go. They don't let shit go. Right? They don't let shit go. That's part of the problem in Chicago. Some people got killed. Somebody's people got killed. They don't let that shit go. Then they kill somebody and it keeps going back and back and back and back and back and back and back. That's what's happening in Chicago, right? So I just don't think that this is a situation that they're just gonna let it go. Anthony Iman says Jack Frost, knock on wood, but if she go left for 6ix9ine and whomever make fun of 6ix9ine Ak ain't gonna get upset at them or check them, in my opinion. I think he should have the same energy at the minimum, right? At the minimum, he should have the same energy. At the minimum. I don't know what kind of energy that man will have. I'm not gonna pretend like I will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna pretend like I can. I don't know what kind of energy he'll have. And Emmanuel says, can we get a moment of silence for? No, we're not getting a moment of silence for him. Marco Buchanan says, 5-year foreign Wu King Vaughn BDs are allies. They beef with Brooklyn GDs and Chew in Atlanta. Crips and GDs have an alliance. So gotta be careful when people killing over BS. Stop the violence. That's a fact, and it's a ball. K Days says violence ain't gonna stop. This is mentally engraved in us, brother. Well, we've been trained to hate ourselves, thus hate the people that look like us our whole lives. So, like, did you just see what? I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into no political stuff. But yeah, we're constantly being trained to hate the black man. So that's the thing. That's a thing that they do. He says smoking on the ops pack is one of the dumbest things you ever heard. That's just the thing that they do. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think this lacking the caffeine is killing me. But I need to get back to my base self. So fuck it. All right, let's get back on the manager real quick. DZ says the manager was in damage control. Seems like he was in protecting the name of O Block and Child so they don't look bad. Shot or they don't look bad. I got a question. Now that we got more people in here. Who believes the manager? You believe the manager? You do not believe the manager. You think the manager was bullshitting more than he was telling the truth? You think the manager, you believe him, everything he was saying. I want to know what y'all guys think. You believe the manager? You do not believe the manager. You think he was just bullshit. Cat says, I believe he spoke his truth, but too soon. K Day says, I believe the manager. Not everything, though. The homies taking shit from the crib is still very sketchy. Somebody said something in the chat earlier this morning, and the thing that they said is that there's a good chance that they was removing things out of the house that could have been used against evidence of a crime. So that's something that somebody said. They could have been removing crimes, evidence of crimes from the house, and that's basically what they could have been doing. So somebody said that. It makes good sense to me. That makes sense. So they could have not have been stealing. They could have just been removing things from the house that if somebody came to the house, it could make King Von look bad. That's a possibility. That's plausible. That's 100% plausible. That's plausible, just so we can be clear. Oh, you said that 6-1 days? See, I don't be forgetting what people say. All right? I know one thing. I am if I was ever, I'm gonna tell people like this right now. Y'all rappers, don't be going. Y'all need to move different. First of all, he said King Von had armed security, right? He also said that King Von had a bulletproof vehicle, right? That's a fact. That might be guilt that she's carrying, Queen Cat. I don't know all about these spirit things, that I'm not going to get all the way into that. But I could believe that Asian Doll is feeling a lot of guilt, or some guilt, at least a little bit of guilt. I could believe that Asian Doll is feeling a little bit of guilt. I'm not going to get into all that spiritual spirits and speaking of spirit stuff, because I don't know nothing about that, and I'm not going to pretend to. So I'm not going to stand here and I'm not going to speak bad or down on somebody that's their thing. I don't know nothing about that. But I can believe that no matter what happened or what transpired, due to the guilt that she probably feels, because she might feel like this was a situation she created. Still not a case of self-defense. You cannot kill somebody. You can't shoot somebody dead because you're getting beat up. That don't make sense. You can't shoot somebody dead because you're getting beat up. Imagine if they actually allowed that to be a defense and somebody won in court with that one time. Imagine what's going to happen if somebody goes to court one time and win with the self-defense of, that person was beating me up, so we shot and killed them. Imagine what's going to happen. There's going to be so many people losing fights on purpose just so they could kill the person that's fighting them. We're not doing that. When I saw what she had tweeted out or Instagrammed out or whatever the post was that she made, when I saw what she made, it seemed like she made it seem like she was talking directly to the man. No, that's not what George Zimmerman did. That's not the same thing. Please don't bring that up. That's not the same thing. That's nowhere near the same thing about what happened. And on top of that, George Zimmerman was supposed to be found guilty. So what are you doing? What up, Shay Lacey? No, George Zimmerman did not. I'm not gonna get into a George Zimmerman conversation with y'all. Please don't come in here trying to ruin my chat. No, they coming in here trying to ruin the chat. I'm not having that conversation. I'm not gonna spend 20 minutes trying to explain how how these two things are not the same. A lot of people feel like she's the reason why all of this happened. A lot of men go out and do things that get themselves killed from being heartbroken. That's a fact. DZ says, but last week Asian Doll was talking about how he hang with killers. DSTM, we're not doing it. We're not. They're just coming in here trying to ruin the chat. Can you please not entertain them? I'm asking you. I know what's going on. Alright? You please not entertain them. They vibrating way lower than us. Let's not. All right, let us stay vibrating high. Copy. Emmanuel says, yeah, Akademiks said he's going through trauma because of all the hate. Wait, what? Who's going through all the trauma? What are you talking about, Emmanuel? Who's going through all the Jack 4? She hurting. Oh, she's going through all the trauma because of the hate? Who's he? He know he got a lot of enemies. That's why I'm like, pray for this ticking time bomb to stop ticking. Feel me? I don't know what you're talking about, Emmanuel. You gotta clear yourself up. What's the update? And can we hit that like button? And if you want to do any drops, send it to the Cash App. We're looking for about 5 to 10 $10 drops to the Cash App. Oh, all right. I think just because I don't want to get off topic, but I think that I just think that it could have been done better. I'm not gonna get on that topic. That's not for today. I don't want to get off topic, but it could have been done better. I don't think what he did was wrong. I think that when he came out and he started speaking about what he was speaking about, I just think they did it wrong. I could be wrong. What the hell do I know, right? Anyway, so anybody heard this song that Asian Doll is supposed to have with NBA Youngboy? Because I haven't heard it. I know people heard the song, so is the song any good? I heard that she actually has a line going at King Von. Is that true? Because that's not my type of. I don't really listen to that type of hip hop music. I think she clout chasing. Some people think it's guilt. I could believe it's guilt. Why not? I could believe that people are guilty, feel guilty, so they allow themselves to believe things that might not necessarily be true. Or they're reaching. I could believe that. Savage said the cops, pardon me, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not 100% sure why people are going at YB, but allegedly they're trying to somehow get him involved in this particular situation. I think there's stuff that people know that we might not, the public, know but so much of. And as always, there's always beefs going on in hip-hop. A lot of these beefs are not real. A lot of these beefs are fake. That's another reason why I don't never want to beef with nobody. Because you'll be beefing with somebody over some fake beef, with y'all fake beefing. The whole world think the beef is real, and then somebody that's really beefing with the dude, something happened, and then now you caught up in the mix of all of that, and you was just fake beefing with him. Give me 1 second. You was fake beefing with the dude. You wasn't even really beefing with him. You was fake beefing with him. And then some real beef happens to him, and now you caught up in the mix. King Phoenix says, act better, tread carefully. With people around him dying while being buddies with 6ix9ine, there's people out there who want 6. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. I don't think this Akademiks is a journalist. He's media. I don't think that he should have to worry about himself. I mean, if one of these dudes were to try to attack or go after somebody that was part of the media, that's gonna hurt them, because that's gonna make other media not want to report on them, and that's gonna hurt their bottom line. Anthony Iman says, in my opinion, her energy seems like an instigator who starts shit, then fake cry about it later, in my opinion. Look, she could be feeling guilty. All respect due and all honesty. She could just be feeling guilty. What do I know? But for people to immediately assume that NBA YoungBoy has something to do with this, it was pretty immediate. For him to immediately assume NBA YoungBoy has something to do with this, and her be the reason. I don't even understand how 6ix9ine name came up, to be honest with you. That's why I'm trying to not even... I don't get it, but, you know, whatever. Personally, I think the dude gets more hate than he probably, at this point, like, everything that happens doesn't revolve around him, your young man. I mean, I don't get it, though. I don't get it. I don't get it. K Days said it started with YoungBoy and Vaughn throwing verbal jabs. Quando inherited the beef by sneak dissing as well, which Vaughn ain't F with, so it was on site for Quando. Okay. And he saw him on site and he started putting hands on him, and then they shot him. Dude's finished. Dude's finished. Dude is finished. Dude let off on tape. The way Axe said it, it was in 4K. There's no question who he was. He's finished. What people need to start worrying about now is if he's going to say some things that might get other people caught up in other BS. Because, you know, these dudes don't like going to jail by themselves. You know, dudes don't like going to jail by themselves. And that's Georgia. That's a fact. I got a cousin down there. He went to jail. He shot a dude 6 times over a dime. And when I say a dime, I mean 10 cents. I couldn't even believe that story when he was telling it to me. He was telling me that damn story. He said the guy owed him money. He was 10 cents short, so he shot him 6 times. I said, oh, Lord. So, yeah, the laws down there in Georgia, they're not playing with you. Yeah, it's over for homeboy. He was 22 years old, too. Threw his whole life away. He was 22 years old, threw his whole life away. Over because somebody couldn't take an ass whooping. That they asked for, by the way. Yeah, 10 cents. This shit was crazy. 10 cents. Coincidentally, in that town, don't nobody mess with him. Don't nobody mess with him. Like nobody, because he's a cool dude. On top of that, so don't nobody mess with him. They just leave him alone, leave him to himself. Pass interference? No. Yeah, that Timmy dude threw his whole life away. His whole life. His whole life. You know how different this would have been if he would have pulled out? You know how different this would have been if he would have just sucker punched him? You know how different this would have been if he would have just sucker punched him? Whole different conversation. Yo, actually, a whole hustler out here. Hold on, my cousin, that dude was a whole hustler. He worked his regular day job where I worked at, and he mowed lawns after work. Whole ride and mow lawnmower on top of that. Whole hustler. And he did like some other stuff too. And he sold stuff at the job. Like, he was crazy. He's a whole hustler out there. Shout out to him. Definitely condolences to their family. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. What up, Eric Champion? You can't, when you go to court, you can't say, well, those guys are known for shooting people, so I shot them first. That's not a defense, homie. That's not a defense. You think that defense is gonna work in court? You're gonna go to court. The judge is gonna say you're gonna go to court. They're gonna say, "What do you plead?" You're gonna say, "Hey, wait, hold on, judge. I plead innocent." Because those guys, they from Chicago. They shoot people all the time. So I should have the right to shoot and kill them if we get into a fight. You think that's gonna work in the court of law? I'm just curious. What up, James S? King Phoenix says, I don't know. I say don't go out and having physical altercations because of what dudes say of you on social media. Yeah, I'm hoping so that's not a good idea. I agree with you. My dude, all that matters is that court right now. What people think in general, it don't matter. You're gonna be right by popular opinion and be locked up for 50 years. No, that did not work for Zimmerman, and we're not doing this to Andre Willis Sr. That's not what Zimmerman's defense was. Please don't bring this up. Please don't try to fuck my chat up. Please don't try to fuck the chat up. I'm asking you. That's we're not gonna argue apples and oranges. That's not what happened with the Zimmerman case. Appreciate you, J Pels. I agree. You needed professional bodyguards. Period. Okay, this guy's talking about 6ix9ine. All right, discussing that. How the Jets had 12 men on the field? What the fuck? Did who get shot? Who are you asking? Did they get shot? He definitely need. I believe his manager said they had bodyguards. So what about that? His manager tried to say that they had bodyguards. His manager also said they had a bulletproof whip. So you trying to tell me you have bodyguards and a bulletproof whip, and your guy still got what the tragedy still happened the way that it happened? It sounds like mismanagement. I'm pretty sure there was more than one camera out there, but I only seen that one angle. In fact, I think I did see two angles. No, he has no chance in court. He's finished. He's not going to trial. They're going to take whatever offer the government gives them. If he does anything but try to look, if he does anything other than try to look for good offers from the government, his lawyers need to be fired, or he needs new counsel. No matter what he says, his counsel is supposed to be telling him, we got to take what the government gives us. They got you dead to rights, homie. If we go to trial, you're going to get all of your bags. Well, okay, so one of the things we got to understand is when we have these artists, these rappers specifically, going to clubs is part of their job. Going to clubs, being seen in being seen out doing things, that's part of your job. Literally. It's part of your job. So when we say they shouldn't have went to the second club, I agree with you. But it's also part of their job. But I agree with you. Yeah. Walkthroughs. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. No, there is no self-defense. There is no argument for self-defense here. There is no... They could try it. Yo, everybody go to that bag video and hit the like button. We need like buttons on that bags video. He sent me another video. I need to get it prepared so y'all can see it. Pardon me. All right. Wide open. He missed the touchdown. I think the manager was trying to make himself look not as bad. Also, I think that they messed up. I think that there was. I think they messed up. I think they was. They was. I think he could should have handled it different. I think they messed up. I think the manager knows that he messed up. His artist got killed. How could he have not messed up? Oh, so Vaughn was just being nice. They weren't even getting paid. Look, I do a lot of nice shit over here, so who am I to say anything? He would have had to have been fighting Brock Lesnar for the shooting to warrant to have made sense. First of all, you do know they're gonna say they're gonna Vaughn was not a big guy; he was a slight guy. So trying to, there's no way you could do. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. I mean, you can make up in your brain all of these theories all you want, but there's no way. I think that it sounds and looks fishy also, by the way. But I'm not held to the same. She's not held to the same standard that somebody that's doing what we do is held to. So, but I think it looks fishy. I think it's odd. I think it's weird. But it could have just have easily have been that they just wanted to whoop on Quando Rondo ass. It could have easily have just been that. It could have just been that. It doesn't have to have been somebody was trying to set anybody up. Maybe Quando Rondo was the dude that was getting set up just to get beat up. Anyway, I'm exhausted. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna have to let y'all go. Y'all could probably tell people that are usually normal people that come up in here. You could probably tell I don't have the same energy as usual. I'm getting myself a little bit off that coffee. I haven't had any coffee at all today. I don't think. I'm getting off that caffeine some, so I'm just a little exhausted. I'm a little tired, but I gotta go. Gonna rest up. Be ready for the show in the morning. I'm supposed to be going to a thing tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go at right now. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it. But there is an album release party tomorrow for King P. If everybody knows, King P is somebody that we've had on this program before. We've had King P pull up before. I should have probably called them up, let them talk about it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, point being is, gotta go. I'm absolutely exhausted. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have much more higher energy in the morning. With all that being said, we're gonna call out the drop that happened today. Shout out to. I'm exhausted. I'm not lying to you. Shout out to. computer. I think it's just going slow because I'm wanting it to go fast though. Shout out to None Realer Than I with the $4.99 drop. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. With all that being said, we're gonna get up out of here. I am tired. Yo, if you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, in the morning, one of the first things we want to do is drink water. It's very important. Drinking water is going to help us regulate our bodies, and it does so many more things for us. So one of the first things we want to do is drink water in the morning. Why? Because in the morning you still have an empty stomach, so we want to drink water on an empty stomach. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.